Hi, I'm Stan Zimmerman.
And I'm Kristen Carroll. Welcome to Brunch Date, the show where each week I get to force Stan Zimmerman to have brunch with me.
I hate brunch.
And I love Stan.
And there we go, yeah.
There we go, exactly.
Welcome to the first one.
Cheers! Welcome,
Cheers
this
to
is
you.
so fun!
Wait, what am I drinking?
Okay, so first of all, try it and tell me if you like it.
I've heard that before.
Very light
okay,
roofies.
Yeah.
No,
okay,
too soon.
Way too soon.
It's delicious.
It is delicious.
Know,
What
really,
the hell is it?
I did myself. So I call this a bubble mousse.
A bubble mousse.
I did, yeah, a bubble mousse. So it's bubble, so it's Prosecco.
Okay, got
and then it has
part.
pamplemousse liqueur.
Who?
Pamplemousse.
I think it's a pimple mousse.
Pamplemousse.
Okay.
You know pamplemousse. It's
no, I don't
French
know
for
any
grapefruit.
of it. I don't know French.
Yes, well, now you do.
I took,
That's all you need to know.
I took half a year of French in high school.
Really? What was his name?
I know. And the only thing I remember is a tout à l'heure.
Oh.
You know what that means?
De temps en temps, I know what it means.
I'll see you later.
Yeah.
I'll see you later, my love, yes.
Oh.
So, we actually met on the Golden Fans at Sea cruise.
We did. Stan said, I'm interested in doing a show. You look like a person. Would you like to do a show with me?
But we actually
And here we are.
But we didn't talk that much
No,
on
we
the
did
cruise.
not.
And we
No.
became very close after it. And I
We
have
did.
my Sophia Estelle Getty ring with me. And I feel like Estelle's with us today. So bring
Estelle
us good
is
luck.
So cheers to Estelle Getty.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God, we
God,
love her,
right? We
yes.
love her. Sophia. You know, it was 2019 and something.
Yeah.
I was very attracted to your shoes. And
I thought you were saying you were very attracted to me.
I am.
But just my shoes.
Obviously, and your shoes,
Okay.
and you actually have very cute shoes on today. They're
Thank
little
you.
like Converse, little white, and you looked very cute. And you had on jeans, and you had your original Golden Girls shirt that you were given. Sweatshirt.
Yes, that I think I wore once until the cruise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You were given it when you wrote.
Well,
us.
because I did the first season of Golden Girls, and now here we are.
And then I catfished you into it,
There
and
you
here we
go.
are.
And here we are with our own maiden talk show.
I know. Sundays we
Date.
get together and be fabulous.
And we have some great guests
We
today.
Oh my gosh, I know.
I know.
How did you pull that off?
I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm just very, very lucky, and thank you for being out in California. Beautiful
I know.
Southern California for our maiden show, and
It's-
thank you all for joining us. And so we thought our first segment would be about kind of where the week has been. And so I know for you, you had your very first earthquake, correct?
I did.
What was that like?
You know, it was a 3.3, and
No, it was higher than that.
Was it?
There were a couple
The
in a
guys
row.
will always tell you that it's
It's
more
a lot
than
bigger
3.3,
than it is.
but
yeah.
it was.
I think it was a
okay.
3.9.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
okay.
if you looked at what the seismologist reported,
Yes.
it was a 3.3.
The first one.
Either way, I've had better dates. How's
Okay,
that?
there you go. So what were you thinking when it happened? Were you
I thought-
sleeping?
Oh, I was sleeping because it was
Yes.
4 something in the morning.
And did you know what it was?
I did.
You did?
I did.
How?
Oh, well, I had heard of earthquakes.
Okay, there
and
you go.
I knew that I was in California where earthquakes are.
Okay. But
Because
you
I
didn't think
understand
it
it's-
was like a rumble or something hit the building? What did you...
Nope,
no.
I 100%. I was like, oh, neat. It's my
Yeah,
first earthquake.
okay.
And it literally felt exactly like I had this really old farmhouse once that was very, very close to the road because the road wasn't there when it was built.
Okay.
And whenever a 18-wheeler would drive by it, the house would go, "Prrr," and that's what it felt like.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, that's cute. Then I looked up, it was like, a 3.3 or 3.9.
Yes, I've been through a couple, and the scariest one was the Northridge one. Where
Well, that
literally,
was that one.
Huge, and it literally kept happening. So we would all call each other, like, are you okay? And at that point, they said, get in the doorway. Now they say, don't get in the doorway, go under a table. So if it happens right now and we duck, that's where we'll be. So
But in
know.
5 more years, maybe get under a doorway.
Yeah,
we'll let you know.
We don't know.
Right.
But it was very, very, very scary. And it kept happening. So we were afraid to, like, take a shower because what if it keeps going? 'Cause
That was
we
like,
had
what, a 6,
of
8?
aftershocks. I don't know. A lot of aftershocks. And then we would drive out to Northridge and just see all the buildings crumbled. It was sad and shocking, like a war zone.
That's scary. No, we had it was a nice little vibration,
And
not enough to pay a quarter for, but.
And did you have family or friends, like, text or call and say, are you okay?
No, because.
Nobody cares.
No, it's not that nobody cares. It's that I'm kind of fine all the time. So yeah,
You're
I'll be
still
dead. And
okay.
everyone's like, she's fine.
Yeah.
She's dead,
Don't
but
make
she's
it through
fine.
it, yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, welcome to Southern
Thank
California.
you. It was wonderful. I had my first earthquake and my first ER visit to Cedars-Sinai in the first day, and I was like, well, now I am a Californian.
Yeah. So you
It was
had
very
a little
exciting.
injury.
Yeah, I had a little injury. I had a little boo-boo. The funniest part was, so I went to Beverly Hills urgent care initially. I hurt my knee, torn meniscus, all this stuff. And so I'm there, and the doctor was really nice, and she's like, you have to go to the ER. She's like, but first, where did you get your jeans? And I was like, oh my God, I'm in California.
That's what they care
This is
about,
amazing.
yeah.
And I was like looking at the button, I was like, I don't know, it says, like, and I was reading the email, I'm like, you can look down the back, and she did, and I was like, You know, I think I'm gonna like it here.
Okay.
You know, it's more than just a doctor's visit. You might even get a reach around.
Because. So you normally live on the East Coast.
I do.
Yes, don't give your address, but yes.
Well, who's asking?
You never know.
You never know.
Yes, and so we're going to be on Tello and Camp TV.
Yes.
And do you want to talk a little bit about Camp TV, what that's going to be?
Yes, absolutely. So Camp TV is the LGBTQ network, LGBTQ plus network.
Yeah, just add a couple letters, any letter.
Alphabet soup is what I like to call it because it's honestly, it's kind of hard to even say at this point, but I love being inclusive and all of the things. We have had some networks in the past that were committed to our community and telling our stories and in a fun way. And we haven't had anybody that has stuck with it through the long haul to really do something remarkable and amazing in the space. And so I think we have a lot of voices and we have a lot of fabulous voices. And we have some amazing stories to tell, but we have a lot of fun things to do. And most of all, I think people need to laugh right now more than anything else.
Well,
so I want to build a platform with that. So
I'm all about laughing.
Exactly.
And Tello Films, which has been so kind to me, you know, and Kristen Baker. And
well, you've done very well for each other,
well,
haven't you?
I connected you with Kristen, and that's why we're here today.
Yes.
But also having 2 web series that we got to do, Skirt Chasers and
Emmy nomination, I heard.
And Sex and Execs.
You had some amazing people that worked on your...
I've had from Sandra Bernhard to
Barry
Bostwick, Meredith Baxter, Elizabeth Keener, Leigh
Burns.
Delaria. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just on and on and on and
Yes.
on and on. And our first guest on our show today is the wonderful Mindy Sterling.
I'm so excited to meet her.
I can't
Not
wait.
just because you speak to me about her every day, but I'm so excited because I have followed her career through all the roles that she's been in, and I love character actors, and I just...
You will adore her.
I know. I'm super excited. I'm going to try not to, have stars in my eyes.
You can have stars in your eyes.
Okay.
And
What about you this week? You hugged your mother for the first time.
I know. I haven't. So that, it's been really tough, obviously, through COVID and not be able to do that. But we did do that, and it was a joyous moment. So here's to Mom. So I love you,
What's
Mom.
your mom's name?
Suzanne with an S.
Suzanne with an S. S-U-S-A-N-N-E.
Yes.
All
and
right.
she would love to be here drinking with us. So
Well, cheers
to you. Thanks to all
You
the
have an
moms
open
out here.
invite any Sunday that you're ready down for fun day, Suzanne. Come on
so
over.
we love our moms. Thank
Thank
you.
you for being a friend. Love you. All right, we're going to go to a quick break.
And can we keep drinking?
Of course we can. It's required, mandatory.
Okay. Clink.
Clink. Welcome back to Brunch Date. We have the fabulous Clinda Gray with us, and we're introducing a segment that talks about our heroes, sheroes, and theros from our community who are doing things to uplift the community and give back in these challenging times that we're having.
And definitely one person is Kalinda Gray, who is a longtime student of mine. And welcome to the show, Kalinda.
Welcome. Cheers.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us on Brunch.
Our maiden brunch.
Happy to be here.
So, maybe you can tell people how you came into my life. Do you remember?
I do. It was through, I come from
Steven?
Steven Lamprinos, come from a theater background, and my longtime friend Steven said, hey, there's a guy up in LA that would be a great coach for you to go see, so.
And that's literally his voice.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So that's how I met you 6-7 years ago now.
No numbers.
Okay.
The numbers on the show.
When I was 10.
Yeah, there you go. What you've been doing, I kind of call you the vaccine angel. Yeah.
Not the vaccine vixen. I mean,
No.
that is a little bit.
Well,
Depends
no,
on what I'm
sexier.
wearing each day when I'm
Yeah,
looking.
I can see it. I'm just saying.
So can you kind of tell us how you got involved in what you're doing over during the pandemic? And
Sure. So I mostly was incredibly worried about my parents. My stepdad, just studying how COVID, acts. Probably, if he would have had a pneumatic illness brought on by COVID, probably would have gotten severely ill or died. And my mother is a special education high school teacher. And she's a little older, and she was being asked to go back to work all the way back in January in a school where, people sometimes wear masks and sometimes don't. So I was very determined to find them appointments as soon as possible. But when I got to the websites and was trying to find something, there was nothing available. So I was so determined to get it so quickly that I pretty much looked at all the websites, how they worked, how to put info in, etc.
was this in California?
This was in Southern California. So in mid-January, when appointments started opening to 65 and up, which my stepdad is 65, It was literally like booking concert tickets. So people would just stay on all day, and because I'm an unemployed event planner / actor, I had nothing else to do. So I would just look at Facebook, and people would say, okay, it looks like they're dropping around this time, around 8 o'clock. So at 7:55 on the dot, I would sign on, and I would just keep refreshing. Then I started looking at all the other sites that were offering them and figuring out how all those other sites work.
So how did it grow into suddenly you're taking on the world?
Well, during the pandemic last year, I really wanted to be able to do something to give back, and I felt really bad that I couldn't do anything medically inclined because I'm a wimp. I would faint at the sight of blood, so I probably couldn't volunteer doing any kind of nursing or anything like that. So I was thinking, well, I'm pretty technically savvy, so I thought, and I love doing it. I love working with bad tech. And especially websites that I'm just like, man, I wish I could fix this.
Yeah.
So I have the patience for it. A lot of people don't. And a lot of people don't have the time to be looking through all this stuff because the information is so just wobbly. It's all over the place and it's not concise. Yeah. So to be able to be like, yes, you can get vaccinated in this county. Yes, you're now eligible. And just look at all that all day long.
And you just started posting on Facebook,
and
I would share it with other people.
But not only that, early morning hours till late at night, and you're like, I've been straight out all day, but I will still look it up if you need me to, so let me know. I will sleep in 2023.
And what does it feel like when you get someone an appointment?
Like, it's such a rush. It feels so good because I know that I'm helping them, and that feels really good.
And she also is a brilliant actor. And whenever I have something, like, she's the first call, like, you're doing this, help me.
You can do anything.
You have to read it.
Honestly.
Anything. She's so, I can't wait till this is all over and you're out.
But this was one of my biggest takeaways is, like, a lot of people, when you go through challenges in life, can kind of go inward or you can go outward. And you can just kind of, like, crumble or you can build. Yes. And you chose to build. And I think that it's people like you that have, like, cast the beam of light and hope for so many others that are out there. Whether they took advantage of the resources that they're sharing or they just saw that another human was putting it all out there to help another human, you're providing hope in one of our darkest times. So it's incredible.
That's very sweet of you.
And we can't thank you enough. And I know that this is going to pay forward in so many ways. And I can't thank you enough. And my friends, thank you. And you're just a beautiful person.
Oh, thank you.
She's the vaccine vixen.
She's the vaccine
vixen.
There you go. So
Vaccine angel by day, vaccine vixen by night.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Welcome back from the break. Stan, who's your friend?
Well, our very, very first guest, I, of course, had to invite the wonderful Mindy Sterling.
Okay. Does she know she's on the show?
Max, just turn it off. When you're done cooking, just turn it. It goes off by itself. Oh, I gotta go by.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry.
Hi.
I didn't know that we were ready.
We're rolling, honey.
But I turn it. Hello, cheers. Oh my God.
Oh, Sunday
Eyes.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Very important.
Yeah.
Wow. Bubble Musa. It looks fantastic.
Thank you.
And are you supposed to eat the clementines?
I would wait for them to ferment a bit more to get more bang
Yes.
for your buck, right? Yeah.
Cool.
You know, it's really lovely.
Thank you.
So, do you remember how we actually met?
Yes. I auditioned for you, right?
Yes, you did.
And
For a play
called Gemini.
Yes.
And,
My first play that I ever directed.
I think I knew that, right? Yes.
And Geraldine Flood actually called me, a casting director, and said, I think Mindy Sterling wants to do theater. And I'm like, no, really? And then you came and we met, and I was like, oh my God, and we fell madly in love.
Well, we felt, yes, definitely. And then through the course of the play and it was just like, I just remember just every time I did something, after a show, I'd go up to him, because he likes to give notes. And I'm realizing that now, but at the time, I really wanted them. And so I really go, how do I do? Do you have anything for me? Do you have anything for me? And no, I trusted him. There's just, there's something when you meet someone that you just can't describe. It's just, it's meant to be.
It is meant to be.
It's literally.
So now if I don't cast her in something,
shared.
yes. Hey, look at you with the Jew.
Look who's on the
right.
Yes.
Yes.
So you grew up in New Jersey. You were born in New Jersey.
I was born in New Jersey, and I left when I was very young, so I have no memory of it at all. We never went back to visit. And then I was raised we moved to Miami, Florida. My father was an entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in your blood.
Yes, this is my blood. And my mother was a dancer. And I loved it, and I thought, because I was kind of shy as a kid, and I thought, oh my God, I can play character, and I don't have to be myself. And I really loved that idea. So I got involved in theater a lot in school. And then when I left, everybody was going away to college and I was like, I don't really want to go to college. I just want to act. And my parents were fabulous. They were like, well, then don't worry about
I was going
it.
to ask, because if they were from the business, sometimes they would say anything but that. But it's wonderful that they were supportive.
They were, yeah. The only thing my mother ever said to me that made sense now was take typing. Fall back.
My parents said that too. And I was like,
That was really
but I
important.
go, why would I need typing? And here I ended up a writer.
Yes,
Yeah,
see?
yeah.
I didn't think about it, and I wasn't a great typist, but when I came out here, I got jobs like, light typing, receptionist, light typing. So I can do that and then use the whiteout a lot. But so that was it. They were always
wonderful.
incredibly supportive. And then I came out, my boyfriend that I had back in Miami, he also wanted to be an actor. So he came out here and said, give me some time to just sort of, get my bearings and get a place. So I came out here. We stayed at Whitley off of Franklin, where there was a Murphy bed.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So, but I was this really shy, very sort of overprotective. So I did lots of just community theater. I did at the Morgan Playhouse, which was in Santa Monica. I did Gypsy. I was Dainty June.
Of course. Because you're so dangerous.
Fabulous picture of me. And I remember falling and see, when it's blackout after my number, and the whole thing, I had told people, I go, all right, listen, when there's blackout, somebody has to come out and they have to pull me and get off because I can't see and I get really nervous.
So you were trouble even back then.
Yes. It's so true!
So what I'm hearing
She pulls
here-
this crap on me now.
It's so true. I do, and it's like I can't see. So I remember one night it was blackout, and nobody was there, and I started walking, and I fell into the pit.
Oh no!
And Margaret did that.
All I remember is going shit, and they all heard that. So I would just do like theater anywhere. I wasn't making any money. It wasn't the best of people.
Do you think that's why you have such an incredible range, because you can truly embody any role that you've set out to do? And part of it might be what you first said about you found a place where you could not disappear into, but be something else and find a voice.
Yeah, definitely felt like that was, that gave me something to do that I didn't fear myself, because still, to this day, I know a little bit of who I am now, but there were times where I was auditioning and people would say to me, just be yourself. And that freaked me out. I didn't know how, because I was always doing a character, because I'm a character actress.
Right.
My father was a character actor. That was really hard on me. And then I fell in love with improv. And I fell in love with the art form. I fell in love with the fact that you can create whatever you want, that you can dress however you want. It is just so freeing. And improv makes you listen harder. You are a team player, which I've always been a team player. You just have to know a couple of rules and you're fine. And I guess I trust myself as an improviser.
How'd you get to the Groundlings?
People that I was with at LA Connection, they were all telling me, you need to go to the Groundlings.
And did you feel right away, this is my home?
Well, I was still very insecure and because you have to write now. You have to write.
Did you like that?
No. I'm not a writer. I'm a great collaborator.
Yeah.
But I am not a writer, and I don't have the skills.
Even with those typing skills.
Well, yes, I probably could, but while they're talking, I'd be, wait, let me go back. Wait, I made a mistake. I'm a little slower. But what I love when somebody will talk to me and, and they'll set up, structure, and I'll go, it would be great if blah, 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 blah. I'm really good with that. But if somebody said, okay, Mindy, go into another room and just write that scene.
Yeah.
And did Mike Myers see you at the Groundlings, or was he part of Groundlings?
No. He came to the Groundlings to do a show on a Thursday night, and Julius Sweeney brought him from SNL, and we kind of fell in love with one another as like actors. I mean, he thought I was hysterical, and I thought
Obviously.
and he was like, "Oh my God, Mike Myers." And I remember that he said what he loved about me in improv is that I don't know anything. So if you're given, NFL, players, and they're on strike, I don't know NFL. And he's very smart, and he's, so, but what I would be able to do with it and totally, commit to it.
But it's great because you have a blank slate and you can play with that. So
and I wasn't afraid to do that.
And did he say, I have a movie that I want you to be in or audition for? Like, how did that come about?
It might be a big thing. I don't know.
He did what he wanted to do was he wanted to do like sort of a workshop mock show. So he put together something with Austin Powers. And then he had myself, I believe, Patrick Bristow, and I want to say one more guy. And we were sort of playing, supporting players. And then he brought, I guess when they were in works of it, I knew a friend of mine was working for him. She was an assistant. So I kind of heard the hubbub and stuff, and that they really liked me for this German character in the movie that he was doing. And I was like, oh my God. So they sent me the script, and look, he was having people, I would have been the person that nobody knew.
Yeah.
And, so there were other women that were auditioning for it that I don't even know who they were, but they definitely had more clout. They'd been around. I was just someone from the groundlings. And I was probably about this far from Jay Roach at a table, and I was doing, Frau, and then he goes, oh, great. Here, put it down. Just improvise. Which was like, okay.
Thank
if you want me to.
Dear Lord
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And it was great, and I improvised that whole thing.
Do you remember
about,
what you did?
I improvised the whole thing about the Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
And I improvised that, and then I left, and if you don't hear right away, hey, Mindy, come back. Let's just say goodbye to everybody else. Come on back. You walk around going, oh,
But do you remember the call that you got it?
I did, and so excited, and getting the script, laughing out loud. You don't laugh out loud over scripts, really.
Well, maybe my script you did.
Oh, very
there
much.
you go.
No, I want to see how many lines I have. And then, the first film did not do well.
Really?
It didn't. It went viral or did beautifully when it was in
DVD.
Yeah, DVD. Yeah, not DVD.
Before DVD.
Well, was it? Yes.
I'll tell you what, though, getting that second and third call, I think I was in Hawaii with my family, and getting the call, hi, Mindy, it's, I just wanted to know, hey, well, what are you doing in October? Why? Well, because they're going to do another Austin Powers. What? I mean, being in Hawaii and getting that call
Oh my God.
was like, thank you, God, thank you. I mean, and then the third, come on, it just doesn't happen.
So hold that thought, have a drink.
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with Mindy Sterling.
And we're back with Mindy Sterling.
Yes, the wonderful Mindy Sterling. So when you got Austin Powers, did you realize then how much it would change your life?
Well, I guess you don't think about it so much because you're trying to keep up. So I remember, you've got all of these iconics that were working with me. You've got Mike, you've got Rob Lowe, you have Wagner, you have Seth Green, and then there's me. So I was kind of on that, the low man on the totem pole. And then I remember asking, it was so funny, I remember asking Mike's wife at the time, Roseanne, should I get a manager? Not a manager, should I get a PR person?
Wow.
Do you think? And she's like, because we were going, the screenings and all that, and it's going to be a big thing. And she's like, yes. So I did. I hired somebody for a while, and then that started happening. So then I did things like Hollywood Squares, the
Pyramid with Donny
I did
Osmond.
Pyramid.
Did you like those game shows?
I did. I'm not very good at game shows. I get like this trying to guess. So I'd rather give the give you the clue than to guess because
What square were you?
Oh my God, that I don't
You
know.
don't remember the script?
We should definitely quiz her then if she doesn't like quizzes. That'll be super
Oh,
fun,
yeah,
right? We
yeah.
should-
Oh yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
horrible.
And
But it was.
when did you start doing all these episodics? Like, was BJ and the Bear your first one?
You know what? I didn't do BJ and the Bear.
Well, why is it on your...
I have no
You
idea.
gotta get that off there.
I
Can you
think-
just say... You probably don't even remember if you did it.
No, I really didn't do it. I really, really,
remember
really
your
didn't.
very
I think
first
it
guest
was.
spot?
There is another Mindy Sterling. She's a singer, so she may have been a
But
part.
do you remember your very first guest spot on the show? No. Okay, there you go.
I'd have to look at my MGB
Choose
to
people for
figure
this.
that out.
Choose people
No,
for
I
this.
don't. No, I have no
And
more people.
since we're on telefilms, your appearance in our web series Sex and Execs got you one of 2 Emmy nominations.
2 Emmy nominations.
Well, I
One
couldn't
year,
decide.
Cheers, by the way. Cheers.
Yeah,
It's
cheers on
always
that.
strict to
I
all
know.
the
I was
things.
like, you're gonna.
I couldn't decide, guys. They were both okay. Hold on. They both came up. Were like, hey, I want to put you in for
Yes.
the SAG, and then I did Con Man. I want to put you in for that, and I
Right.
was like,
What do I
okay.
do? Yeah.
I mean, this is never going to happen. So I figured one of them would come up, and then when they vote on that, then it goes down to there's 5 women in my category. 5. I was 2 of them.
Wow.
So do you remember when you heard that you were nominated
Wow.
twice?
Yes,
Where
I
were
thought,
you?
and everybody kept. Oh no, I don't know where I was,
Yeah.
but I remember going, oh my God, and people are going, Mindy, now you've
Then get a press agent, and you did.
Yes, she came to me,
Yeah.
and I said, you know what, it doesn't matter. I feel like I've already won. I mean, no, I don't think anybody's ever had 2 of themselves,
No.
in this category.
But
actually
to say that
pretty
you
good.
were nominated twice in
In
one
the same
year.
category, to me, that was
Yeah.
just really special,
Yes.
and I'm not giving up.
Oh, you're
No.
gonna get.
I'm not giving up. Believe me, everyone. I mean,
But we had such
there
a
are 2
great
things
time
I'm not
going
giving
to
up
the-
on, that and getting into a series. I'm just putting it out there.
Just putting out there.
Okay.
If you are filming a series right now, 1-800-MINDY for hire.
But we had so much fun going to the Emmys that time. It was so
I'd never
exciting.
been to
Really?
anything like that. And this was the Creative Emmys. But still, the Creative Emmys, there's so many amazing actors and
Yes.
directors. It's still filled with icons.
Yes.
And it was very exciting. And I
And for
loved
telefilms to have their first Emmy nomination.
I know, it's
incredible.
incredible.
And I was so proud
We couldn't
of-
believe
I know,
it,
and
of what we
him.
did.
Stan, I think
what we
maybe
did.
you might have even been involved in the shows in
I
some way.
kind of created
You
it
kinda
and directed
created the
it,
show.
and
I
we
mean,
just had,
congratulations,
and
both of you.
in my mind it was always Mindy for that role, and I was just so excited that the rest of the world got to see you. And when we're at the awards show, they have the clip up on this huge screen.
Isn't that amazing?
I was like, to have that.
Oh.
We've had so many wonderful shared experiences
Yes.
together over the years, and she kind of played my mother character in a play that Yes Virginia, and so
I saw that. You took your shirt off, and I was texting Stan, and I was like,
yeah.
how does she look
Well, she
like
has a bra.
20-year-old?
She has a bra. She has
I'm
a
like, I
bra.
know this isn't a body double because it's COVID and we're all filming at
Oh,
houses.
you're
And I'm like,
sweet.
no, I was seriously like, what is going on? Like, talk about.
And
Like,
how
I'm like okay from here up, but from here down, it
No, you look great.
frightens me.
So how did you feel when you read the script and go, I'm gonna have to be in a bra dancing around in
that
the
doesn't
play.
actually. I did. Well, this was years ago. I was in Butterflies Are Free,
Oh.
and I was young, and I
And
was
blonde.
in my bra and yes, my bra and underwear.
And blonde.
No, but this doesn't matter because it's almost like you're wearing a bathing suit. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So it's not
totally.
like I was gonna
Totally
wear
is.
anything that was
but a
revealing.
person looks fit, or yes,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You're very fit. I don't know if you knew she is a private Pilates coach, so she's very fancy, and maybe we have that to thank. Or
Well,
good
she's
genes.
new. She's new
She's
since
new.
the
What
COVID
is your normal
because
regimen? I mean, you walk a lot in Santa
I do
Monica.
walk. I'm always trying to find something. I'm not like one of those people that I don't like jumping.
Okay.
You shouldn't. It's very bad for your knees.
I don't like spinning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like
You don't like
overexerting.
sweating,
And what I like about Pilates,
They just stretch you out for you.
for me and getting older and having a little osteoporosis, what it does, it strengthens and it muscles. So I do need a little, sweat and a little cardio, but I just don't. It doesn't appeal to me right now. So I'm not
I've
a
never
runner.
spun. I've never done the spinning.
I
I love
think
running.
everybody has to do what's right for them.
Yeah,
First of all,
right.
different bodies need different things, but you also have to do something you just enjoy.
Like
doing.
drinking.
Exactly.
Yes,
Can I
I
put
do
this-
like drinking.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Get a little squeeze and plop it in.
Oh, there you go.
there you
Those-
Hey, by the way, how fun is it to work for Stan as a director? Like, is he?
We fight.
Is
And
he
see,
specific,
the funny thing
or-
is that people watch us and they go, they're kind of screaming at each other, but in a fun way. Like,
In
when
love!
No, he'll say
family.
something. He'll give me a note, and I'll go, "Why?" I mean, I'll go, "No, no, I'll try." And we have this, and it's like, and he always does it with a smile.
No,
He's never stern. He's never, and I'm like, and he's very meticulous. So it's always, it's like, okay.
But
So
you're
when
into
you, yes. So when you say that line, what I want you to do is go, and I'm like, but nobody does that. And he goes, trust me. So sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. But I have faith that you get a note from someone and you do it and you try it, and then if it doesn't work, he's gonna know. And but no, I am someone that it's like, look, when I had a trainer and I went to the gym. And I'm not a gym person, and it took me 5 years to realize that. And he would come to me, and because he would want me to do these jumping things, and he'd want me to do these bending, these crawling things, and he would say something to me, and I'd go, "No, I'm not doing that." And I thought, he's a nightmare, and I'm a nightmare to work with, because I will just go, "No." And I think that's almost my go-to when he asks me something.
No.
I'm already like, what?
No.
What?
Yes.
Don't
I'm
I
already
what?
mad that
What?
you're asking. Put your smile away.
Yeah,
Put that little smile.
I never, we don't argue really. I think it's a
It's fun,
playful
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's totally
It's
playful.
like family, and that's
Yes.
just so great. And that we've had all these shared experiences, and you don't usually get someone as brilliant as you to come in your
And
life
you.
the way that you have, and every time I'll call her, and you'll be like, "What now?" And it's like, "Okay, let's play, let's do this." And you've always been just jumping in, whatever. And I just look forward.
Well,
to
you
stuff.
have someone that just that is endeared to you and thinks of me like I think of him. And like I said, I love what he does. I love how he thinks out of the box.
Oh.
And so, I don't know everything, and he's so kind to me because I'll never forget. Like we were working on where's Virginia.
Yes, Virginia.
Yes, Virginia, not where's Virginia, and I was having a really hard time with learning all these lines, and I just kind of lost
But you did it.
But he
She
sits there
did
and he
it.
goes, it doesn't matter. You know how to improvise. And if you can't remember something, then you go to that place because you know what and he just kind of gave me this loving, wonderful feeling that made me feel, you're right, I'm not that bad. But I beat myself up, and he knows. I'm terrible to myself. And I don't think I've ever done the play and gotten everything right. I don't think I've ever done a play and gotten everything right. But when you have someone that is not, the network is not on your ass to do, I said, that doesn't make sense what you just said.
Right.
Then you feel less, you're a little bit more relaxed, and I find that I have to be relaxed and take away the anxiety, because anxiety is killing me.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's so important to have that freedom to actually open
Yes.
up so that the creative process can flow through.
We can't thank you enough.
No,
for-
he literally will say, "Hey, I want you to do this, I want you to do that," and
It's
I'm
like,
like,
okay,
"All
I'm
right,
there."
I'm
Yeah.
what's on?"
Yeah.
No, I
So,
don't need the driver. I'll drive
Thank
myself.
you for
I
being
know.
here.
I got this.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
I
you.
wish I wish you such wonderful years
Naches.
and naches.
Yes, and all that spinning
yes, and
and
mazel tov for everything.
so,
Mazel tov,
thank
mazel
you.
tov. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to our last segment of Brunch Date with Stan and...
Kristen.
There you go. And you have a new drink for me, and I'm really
We
scared.
do.
I know,
Cheers.
but okay, before we cheers, can I mix the alcohol? I've always been told you can't mix certain...
Who's giving you such bad advice?
My mother?
First of
No,
all,
okay.
well, I'm going to take a minute to talk
Okay.
about this because
Okay.
first of all,
Well, what is in this?
this is called Take Me to Church. This is a nice gin that we have, and again, some pamplemousse liqueur because that's our theme for the week.
Okay.
And we also have some cucumber elements and some lime and some club soda.
But it's okay to mix the
And
gin
it will bring you
with-
close to
with-
God. So here's the thing.
Okay.
Like, America has a tendency for more like binge drinking, whereas elsewhere when people
Sipping?
learn. Yeah, it's also it's part of the whole experience. Like you might start with a cava, and then you move your way on to something that goes with meal, and it's a journey that you go through, and it's something that it's an art form that we should enjoy. Now this is actually more of like the 1-2 punch because we warmed up with some bubble mousse, but now we're going to church.
1-2.
But
There you go. We're going
cheers.
to church.
Mm-hmm.
So this.
You're gonna be talking to God either
There
way.
we go. Oh,
Yeah.
that's lovely.
Isn't that
That's
nice?
really
Yeah,
nice.
it's delicious.
Jeez Louise. Anyway, so our last segment is talking about the week to come and really preparing people for what's going to happen.
What is going to happen?
this week? Well, it's National Wear Your Pajamas to Work.
Now I don't know if I can abide by this,
Okay.
but I like it. So last year during COVID, do you celebrate first of all?
Celebrate COVID?
No, do you celebrate National Wear Your Pajamas?
I don't
Day?
have pajamas.
Can you tell me more about that?
I wear like a t-shirt and
Like what kind of t-shirt?
sweatpants.
Is it like does it have your face on it? It is like hi, I'm
I do have
Stan?
some t-shirts with "Hi, my name is."
And do you
Hi,
wear it to
Stan.
bed?
Not that one, but I've had so much merch from all the different shows
I
now that I'm
know.
getting, which I do love. But
Well,
I would,
everybody loves you and
I
your
would-
stuff.
I would love some pajamas. So
I would
but
love to get you some pajamas.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
But not Golden Girls pajamas. I don't
No, I would
really
like you to
want
have proper
sleep with
gentleman
B. Arthur.
pajamas.
Yeah. But I think it's kind of funny and interesting now that like there's all these like national days. Like every time like I wake up in the morning and I go on Facebook and I'm like, what? It's like National Pancake Day
Exactly.
or like every day is a day. So,
Every day is a day.
so
Every
now-
day is also a winding road.
Yeah. So wear your pajamas to work.
Wear your pajamas
day.
to work day. So first of all, how do you feel about that philosophically? Do you want to see your coworkers in their
No,
pajamas?
no.
Does it depend on who and what their pajamas are?
Well,
you said no very quickly.
I naturally think of pajamas and my late friend Allie Willis, and I know you had the amazing experience of coming to her house
Amazing.
last week to work on a
Amazing.
project that we're doing.
Amazing.
But she would wear pajamas out to events, and
That's
it's like,
unacceptable.
and even if it wasn't pajamas, her clothes looked like pajamas. So when you say that wearing it out, I'm like, I think of Allie and big toast to her.
Big toast to Allie.
Uh,
Oh
we-
my
we-
God.
we love
What
her
a
to
rock
death.
star.
I know.
Cheers
so.
to Allie. Oh my God.
Another thing this week, which I would love to talk about, is two actors that I know have a new movie coming out on Netflix. Melissa McCarthy, who I worked with on Gilmore Girls,
Oh my God.
and Octavia
Amazing.
Spencer, who is one of
Oh.
the nicest people in the world. And it premiered on
What
Friday.
talents? What talents?
Yeah, so they're
Oh my
playing two
God.
superheroes. So
Right.
check out their comedy movie. And it's so great the two women are doing this, and they're so wonderful together. I met Octavia, but she actually ended up testing for my show Rita Rocks.
Really?
So when you do a sitcom, you bring like 3 or 4 actors to test in the network, and then you decide who it's going to be.
And were you like, pass?
So here's who came. We narrowed it down to 3.
Because she's not any good, Octavia.
Tisha
Spencer.
Campbell Martin,
Oh wow.
Jasmine Guy from A Different
What?
World,
Yes.
and friggin' Octavia
That's
Spencer
amazing.
before The Help.
That's amazing.
Those were our 3 choices, I know. So,
Sophie's choice, my God.
but she was, I mean, Tisha Campbell Martin got the role.
Yeah, of course.
But I have to give such kudos to Octavia Spencer. She's one of those people that I hope you will remember to be as you venture into Hollywood. If I email her like a minute later, 2 minutes, she's emailing back. It's usually I can't do the project, but she
Stop emailing me, but I get the email back.
but she responds, and I think that goes a long way as far
Unsubscribe. Yeah,
as far
that's
as,
amazing.
as just being a good person, you know, and just
First of all, dance to the one who brung you, and
Yeah.
second of all, like, don't forget who you are. Honestly,
okay.
those are words to live by, right?
Well, I'll
I mean, I'll drink to that. I mean,
we'll drink
we've had a
that.
lot of practice.
We've had too much drinking.
Nope.
But we hope you will come back next week for the next
Of
brunch
course
day.
they're going to come back next
And
week. This is the most fun anyone's had on a Sunday
It's
since
the most
I don't know
drunk
when.
on a Sunday. But
You're welcome.
I've had such a wonderful time, and
Such a
with Mindy
wonderful
Sterling
time.
and Kalinda Gray
I know, amazing.
and you and
And you?
and you.
And look how cute you are. Oh
no,
my
you're
God.
cuter.
Nuh-uh.
Oh,
I'll arm
Jesus.
wrestle you for it.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, see you next week.
All right.
Oh my God, she's really strong. So we're gonna ask Mindy Sterling some questions, and just
See what
relax,
happens.
breathe. Let's see what happens.
You've said you really love testing and quizzes, so we thought we'd lean into that. If there were another Austin Powers movie, what do you think that it would be about?
Well, I have heard it would be about Dr. Evil.
Ah.
Because I
Oh,
think
so
he's
there
the
actually is
strongest.
one in the works.
Every year, this is what I hear.
You've heard it here first.
But I think that Dr. Evil has more fun.
Yeah.
And I think
Come
you
on.
enjoyed that, more.
Everybody
Okay,
wants to be
let's
that
say there was a spin-off called Frau, and it was like they did like Ratchet. Like,
Yes!
so what if they just did a Frau movie? So what would be her story of like, why did she get to be, like, why did her mouth open that wide? What would it...
Why did her mouth open that wide?
There you go, enjoy your meal.
Did you have to practice?
No, that's me!
God-given talent.
I mean, you should see me when I'm driving with my son and we get into the garage and I go, get out! And he laughs and giggles, and that is like the biggest, like, joy in my life.
Did you ever think of Frau's backstory, like where she came from?
Not in heavily form.
Well, get it going. Start typing it.
What I'd love to see is that she has to, now maybe something happened and she's not with Dr. Evil anymore, and she's in this world and civilization, and what kind of a job does she have to get, and the dating, and that kind of stuff would just see.
But what about her?
It might be a
young,
funny
a young
series
Frau,
just for
yes.
anybody that's interested in the series.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be a funny?
Oh, a young Frau?
Well,
Yeah,
it could be
what,
young
like-
Frau.
Well, then I couldn't be able to
Frau.
play it, could I?
I feel like you're
But you
missing
could-
the whole point of what we're trying to say here.
You could have flashbacks.
Well, the funny thing was they did do that. Remember they did a flashback, and that's how Rob Lowe got to be number one or number two. And and then I was the same, and he looked at me and goes, "And Frau." Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be funny if
young
you
Frau could be
playing you the same as
That
like
could be
Yes.
That's the movie. Like
There
you was like
No, it's a series. She
but
wants a series.
you
I feel
was-
like you're not listening.
you in high school,
But I'm
Mindy
always
playing
that
it.
person.
Yes.
Yes.
That's funny.
That would be incredible.
All right, Camp TV done. This is not part of the questions, but it made me think. What came to mind when you were on set with Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin and Grace and Frankie?
Well, guys, I kept thinking about was, oh my fucking god, oh my god.
Right?
And and Jane's like, all right, let's go. And she's very like, let's rehearse and blah blah blah. And Lily Tomlin is like, this is what she does to me.
That's a
you
good
could tell
night.
she just and people say that I look like her.
Honestly, I just saw it in that moment. I'm like, oh my god!
And I thought,
wow,
all right.
You got that.
And I'm the whole time I'm talking to him, in my mind, as I'm saying these words and trying to remember them, the other thing that's going on is, oh my god, there's Jane Fonda there.
Right?
And I remember at one point, we were doing something, we were doing our lines, and Lily Tomlin said something, and then she just hugged me, like in character. Jane Fonda stopped her. She's like, what was that? Why'd you do that? I don't know. I just felt like doing it.
You just hugged Mindy Sterling?
To me, there are certain, I call them like, moments in my life that I'll never forget, and I could die tomorrow.
Like a
with
God
those.
wink.
This is
Yeah.
one of them. Working and talking to Warren Beatty, and he was going
Beautiful,
to
right.
invite me to his Christmas party, and he never did. So
Because
those,
you wouldn't do nudity.
yes,
The word got
but
out.
those kind of things are just like, wow,
Isn't that
I got
incredible?
my opportunity. Yeah.
But it's also, you also have a great deal of humility. I think the reason why you ended up in 2 Emmy categories in 1 year is because your peers respect you so much.
Love it. You're beloved.
And love you.
Thank
You
you.
are. We love
That really
it.
is nice to hear.
It's what I hear. It's what I hear about you. So honestly, it's nice that you've created that reality. So congratulations.
Well, thank you. I'm very grateful for everything that has happened to me, and I'm grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for not what I don't have, but I just think this is a business. It's a really tough business, and the lows can be low. And as I get older, they're not as low.
Sure.
But the lows can be low, and then I literally could be one day just wake up and feel like I just don't have it anymore. I'm not valued. I'm not good anymore. I'm blah, blah, and somebody recognizes me and goes nuts off of me, and I'm like, done.
Still got
Back.
it.
I'm back.
It's the kind of career everybody experiences imposter syndrome in any walk of life.
Yeah.
It's just that eventually you realize like, okay, I'm here and this is what I do, and whether I deserve to be here or not, I've pulled it off somehow. But when you're acting, it's so feast or famine. You don't get to that point where you're like, okay, I'm finally at a good spot, because there's no permanence. It's only
Well, and it's like,
impermanence.
and like I said, it's like what I did last when somebody says, "Oh, what are you doing now?" And I can say, "Well, I don't have anything set."
Right.
And so there is that feeling of, I
Right.
don't know how long this
Is
is
this
going to
long
be.
thing,
Well,
right?
we'll have those calls. You go, nobody's calling me. I'm having an audition. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And the next one, hey, how are you doing? Oh, yeah, I did this guest spot and
Yep.
this and that. And
Yes.
do you ever go on IMDb and just see what your star meter is?
I think
Admit
I did it. No,
Come
I think I
on.
did it maybe once, but I have
What do you,
no
what do
clue.
you think it is?
I have no idea.
Well,
You know?
So we do.
You know.
What does that
We
mean,
looked
though?
it
I
up.
don't even know what it
All
means.
right, so it means how important you are. And so it means
Oh,
if
who
you're
puts
going
that
to,
together?
It means if you're going to heaven or hell. No, no. So there's, I don't know, 5 million people
But
at
it's
least
the
on
smaller
IMDb.
number, the better, which is
Yes, of course. You're close to the top. And
Closer to God.
so truly, there's millions and millions and millions of people that are in there. Obviously, if you're an actor, you're going to be higher up because more people recognize you. And it's really just based on how many more times people click on your profile. They might see you in
So
something,
start
they click
clicking,
on it.
get max.
So honestly, like we should build like click farms, like
Yes, click
outshore
farms.
click farms, and we
Yeah.
can like get everybody to the top of it. Anyway, you're in the top 5,000. You're 4,419 out of
Yeah.
millions. Yes,
Are you
girl.
kidding me?
I'm not
Congratulations.
kidding.
And
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or
Now I went on your
away.
Facebook
do.
page. I see you're selling a dinette set.
Yeah, what's
Yes.
that?
And it's not.
Salad?
It's not selling.
It's not selling.
Why
So
didn't you bring it? We could've
if
used
you
it
want
today.
Mindy
It's not
Sterling's
selling.
dinette set,
Come on.
It was $500,
$1
and
million,
now I'm
it
selling
could be
Why,
yours.
did you get a new one? You're getting new furniture.
I got something because I have to have a round one because I have a small space. I got something like this, but it has little grooves and stuff. And the dinner set that I have, it's beautiful. It's round and it's wood. It's really like distressed wood, and the bottom has like an iron base to it. I changed my living room around so it just doesn't match.
Yeah.
So yes.
We're gonna find a good home for
Yeah,
it.
we are.
One of these. I mean, if you get nothing else out of today, we're gonna move. To I mean,
Move that
we might get
table.
you like 4418, and then we're gonna get you the
That would be
dinette sold. I
so
mean, it's the
funny.
least we could do. It's the least
That
we
would
could
be
do.
so
I have a game at home. It's called the Ungame, and it's a non-competitive game.
It's from the 60s.
Yes, 70s, I believe.
Sure.
Okay, there we go.
Well, I'm
So
not gonna
there
know
are
anything.
deep understanding questions that I have, and then you have.
Tell it like it is.
But what's underneath it?
Lighthearted. Of course.
Lighthearted.
Okay.
So you pick. Do you want deep understanding question or a lighthearted? And we'll
Deep
read them.
understanding.
Okay, there you go. What is the worst thing parents can do to children?
The worst thing is not tell them that they love them and not hug them and not, well, there's a lot of things. It can't be just one thing. And not sit and talk with them and have a good time with them and that stuff.
Yeah. Not
And how did
present.
you learn that? Like you must have done that with Max, but how did you?
Well, my family.
Your family was like.
We're very,
that?
very close. Very, very close. My mother, it was all about her children. It was never about her, which was not always necessarily that great, but it was always about her children. And because my son is adopted, and because he's on the autistic spectrum, which you can see on my Instagram, he's very funny. He is my everything.
That's lovely. I'm glad you
It's
have
been
each
so
other.
wonderful seeing him grow, and he would always be in the back of the theaters. as a
And
little
he's the one
kid,
that will
and-
say to me when I get really down and out, he'll go, "Mom, don't you ever forget you are Mindy fucking Sterling."
That's right.
And he says it very earnestly and he goes, "So you are valued and people love you." And it is, I'm telling you, it's just
That's
like
amazing.
much more
First
than
of all,
my
he's
ex
right.
ever said.
He's right, but him feeling that way is so much more important than anyone else feeling that way.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful.
And he'll tell me, he'll say, he's very honest. You know, when people have autism, they're very honest.
I know. I love it.
And things
so
will
direct.
come out, and it's like,
Love
all right, well, you didn't have to tell me that.
Tony,
You know,
just
yes,
a little.
yeah.
Do you want to do one of
Oh,
yours?
yeah.
or do you
Okay,
want to
yes.
do
Yeah,
more deep
sure,
understanding?
absolutely, absolutely. This is sounds a little like I'm pandering. Say something to each member of the group to make him or her happy.
I love that. Okay, so I am mesmerized by your eyes
Well, thank you.
and your hair.
Thank you
And,
so much.
and your personality, but you have gorgeous eyes,
you,
and I
that's
love
so
your
lovely.
hair.
Thank you.
So I love the
appreciate
style.
that.
Love your
Thank you.
style.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, you don't have
Stanley.
to say anything to me.
Oh, come
Stanley.
on. No.
Well, Stanley knows.
Yes, you don't have
I mean, you are just one of my favorite people in the whole world, and your happiness means a lot to me. And I can't thank you enough for thinking so highly of me and valuing me because it's right back to you.
Back at you. Yeah.
I can't thank you enough, first of all, for being here today, but also, like, just, I'm a giant fan of yours, not only because you've been in so many amazing and fun roles over the years, and it's just been fun seeing you explore so many things and play in different areas, and not only because Stan talks about you to me at least for 37 minutes every day. And no, but honestly, you just have a beautiful open presence about you, and you're fun and you're real and you're who you are, and I
You
value
should-
that.
You
above
know
all.
what? I'm my mom. I want you to know that my mother, you know, there's 3 of us in the family, and I'm the oldest. And my mother, Bookie, Yes.
That was her name,
Bookie.
Yes.
Her real name was Florence, but Bookie was given to her as a young age. But my mother had this spirit. My mother was the kindest and sweetest, and she would laugh, and she just had that wonderful person. And there are things that I do that my family will say, "Oh my God, that's mom. That's mom." So I think about her like all the time. So when you say that, it brings me closer to the kind of person my mother was.
That's
so
beautiful.
thank you.
And would Bookie ever get up on a table at Dinah Shore?
She was a dancer.
Lesbian party in Palm Springs?
Yeah.
And I have
Well, she wasn't a drinker. And again, everybody's drinking. It's a party, and we're all in music,
Right.
and it's like I love dancing.
How
I love
fun are
dancing,
you?
so I'm really fun to be around.
Yes.
Yes.
And then when it's time to
That's
go
a
to
good
bed, it's
thing.
like I'm out of here. Bye.
And
it's
that's
no
a good
offense,
way
it's
to
just
end
like- yeah.
our segment here, isn't it?
And
we're
we're
over and done.
This was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did it.
Yes, but you've applied me with a lot of liquor, so usually brunch includes food. So where would that food be?
I thought gay dudes didn't eat.
Well, we don't eat carbs, but so were you going to make something with carbs or
You know what?
dairy?
No.
What were
Well,
you
first of all, since I've been in California, I have understood that sugar is a hate crime. So there's no sugar and no carbs in anything.
You
Because
know what?
I don't want to make anyone feel triggered.
Instead of telling me, why don't you just show everybody what you were going to make?
Ooh! Okay. Stay tuned for my yummy frittatas. Here we have arugula and heirloom tomatoes with lightly grilled green beans, dill Havarti cheese, flash grilled clementines, and a squeeze of lemon in addition to, again, the olive oil and vinaigrette and just a dash of garlic salt. We have some whipped eggs with some brie and the crispy prosciutto, as well as chives and tomatoes. And you have a frittata on the bed of Sunday Funday salad. Enjoy and have a healthy week.